Hello, hello, everyone. Good morning. Brie Sodano here, coming to you live. And today I'm talking to high achieving ladies. So today it's like a rainy day here in Connecticut. I'm feeling like a little, like maybe after I make some videos, I'm going to have a little nap today, feeling kind of snuggly. But anyways, I had something I wanted to share with you all, high achieving ladies. So I work with a lot of women in my work, and in Limitless Wealth, which is my year long mastermind. Really, one of the things that we are working on is helping these high achieving ladies really get to their next level. And so for my clients, often that next level means like, sometimes it's hiring staff in their business. Sometimes it's a big promotion in corporate or in like the place that they work. Sometimes it's making more money. One of the things that I want to say is important about the work that I do is that we're not just senselessly and relentlessly chasing money. Like, I really see that full life abundance, like having a beautiful marriage and a beautiful motherhood and a beautiful house and a beautiful life, travel, adventures, friendships. Like, that's really where the richness of life is. Money is certainly required, and so my work, my focus is financial, but we're not just going to pillage the entirety of our life to have a better nest egg. That's not that's not a soapbox I stand up. So what I want to say is, so for high achieving women, a lot of times they come in and they're kind of like they're to the place where they can't really have more success. And it's not because they don't have it in them. It's because they're already, it's basically because what got you here won't get you to the next level. They're already giving to their full capacity. They're already working as hard as they could. They're already stretched, right? They're already stretched. And so their energy is a little tight. And what is really required to go from that level. So a lot of times I'm seeing when I'm talking about that level, so for most of my clients, they're earning well into six figures, in corporate. A lot of times clients in Limitless Wealth are, they're making 150, and they really want to be looking at the next promotion at like, that 250, 300 type levels. And for clients in their own businesses, it depends. Numbers work different for businesses, but um, that level of like, I'm comfortable. I have what I need, and I want a bigger impact. I want to do, I want more challenge. I want more. And it oftentimes at that level, that like six-figure level of kind of where people get stuck and maybe choking on their own success is probably like not the best visual, but that's kind of the way that I see it. It's like where you have everything on your plate and there's really not room for more. So what needs to happen to get from there to here, right? Like I talked in a video yesterday about how there's stratospheres of wealth, how at different levels of wealth there's obstacles, less obstacles, more obstacles, right? Like if we think about like a lower rung of money and of the life that happens at that level of money, there's a lot of obstacles, there's a lot of challenge. Money moves kind of slowly, and at the level of like six figures, that's the place where people start to get a little comfortable. That's the level where need is not really the thing that's going to drive you. Like, you don't need more, you want more, you want to create more impact, you want to have more clients or more customers, or you want that next level promotion because you want to make a difference in the company that you work in, or honestly it could just be like a certain level of achievement, like a certain challenge for yourself. So there's really two things that are required to help you get to that level, from like that six-figure level into multiple six, and if you're in business, seven figures, right? The things are leverage and energy management. So we'll talk about leverage first. So leverage is about systems, it's about time, and it's really about energy. So in some of my other videos, that if you go back and you look, you'll see that when we talk about alignment, Alignment is energy management. It's when your desires match up with your mind, match up with your emotions, match up with your actions, and create a circumstance that matches the desire. When you're in alignment, your actions go much further because they're not all over the place, right? So like imagine if I was going from here to here. It's a one simple movement. But if I'm like, it's a little harder. So um a alignment really is one of those things where you start to leverage your energy, right? You start to really use your energy with intention. You start to be like, I'm not wasting my energy on this. I don't have energy for this. For a lot of people, it's where we start to see upgrades in friendships and other things where it's like that's just not aligned anymore. That's just not the thing, right? That's one place that we can have leverage. Time is another place that we can have leverage. So when I'm working with clients, sometimes we're getting support in it some places. So if they have businesses, sometimes we're getting an assistant or we're hiring a VA or we're hiring some help so that way we can start to leverage other people's time. For my clients that are in corporate and looking for their next promotion, their next big negotiations, things like that. Sometimes we're looking to hire help at home. So sometimes clients are getting, somebody to come in and clean once a week or do their food prep or, you know, do some of the more mundane tasks around the house. Because that because really what it comes down to is the thing that gets us stuck from that six-figure level to that multiple six or seven-figure level is like, I don't have any more to give. I'm tired. I don't have any more to give. I'm burned out. And so when we want to move up a level, what that generally means is there's some things that we can't personally be doing anymore. So when we look at our business, we have to look at the tasks that are being done and being like, I cannot personally do these tasks anymore. Like I need systems in place, right? So that's like another place to add leverage. I need somebody else's time in place to be able to create this. And if we're in corporate, sometimes I need support at home so that way I can rest, I can recharge, I can let my brain, have a minute. I can be a human. I can feel like a good mom. I can spend time and have connection rather than just chores. Right? I don't know if you guys have ever felt it, or if you, I'm assuming you're ladies, if you ladies have ever felt like that. Like, I'll tell you, like, that's the thing for me is sometimes I feel like I'm so busy that, like, I'm so busy taking care of the tasks in the house that I don't necessarily feel connected with the humans, like my human children and my human husband. And I'm like just doing things. I'm, doing my work. I'm cooking the dinner. So those are things that you have to start to look at. So leveraging your energy, leveraging your time, leveraging your resources, leveraging like your social network. If you're in business, your assets, your email list, your socials, leveraging, whatever makes sense to leverage for you to get to your next level. It's a little different for everybody, but leverage is the thing that's the skill set that's going to take you from that like six-figure level to that multiple six-figure level. The other thing that's really important is energy management. So a lot of the work that I do in Limitless Wealth is really around wealth energetics. It's learning to understand and read energy. Why this is important is because, look at what I have in this life today is not what I've created today. Everything that I have, everything that is real right now, was created in the past, and it's real right now. And today I'm creating something that's going to be real tomorrow or next month or next year, right? Depending on the size of the project. And so one of the places where we get jammed up is we let the current reality inform the creation. So like I'm going to give you a simple analogy so you're with me. So let's just say my life was baking cakes, and I bake a cake and it's in the oven, and I love that cake or I don't love that cake. Well, the batter I'm mixing for the next cake that's going to go into the oven has nothing to do with the cake that's baked. So when we see the cake that's baked, we can learn from it. We can say, oh, wow, I put this and this and this energy in. I put this ingredient, I put this action, and I got this cake. There's something to learn from that. But where we get kind of messed up is where we're creating a new cake trying to fix the cake that's already baked, right? So that doesn't work. And if you've studied law of attraction, if you've done any work on metaphysics, you'll know that. So what I just explained with the cakes is a very simple concept to understand, and it is a very difficult concept to execute, right? Because we have the reality of our situation that we're living in, and it feels a certain kind of way, and it is a certain kind of way. And when we're trying to create something different, it is a challenge. It is something that is challenging. It's why a lot of people can't do it. A lot of people can't, that they can't do it. But for the ladies that I work with in Limitless Wealth, they're really committed to learning that about those energetics. And so the power of energetics is you start to be able to, once you have your energy aligned, right? When we talked about alignment and leverage, once you kind of have everything in place, you'll find that stuff gets way easier. Actions go a lot further. Um, Things that you're not sure about start to become a clear yes or a clear no. You have more access to your intuition when you're there. And this is super important to understand because it makes your creations much cleaner. Like it makes the things that you're working toward cleaner and easier. And it's really like, so the thing about the cakes, right? The cakes that we're talking about is that the ingredients that would go into a physical cake are energies. And so a lot of times what one of the biggest energies that my clients need to learn how to balance is the balance of masculine and feminine. So like you can, as a woman, you have a certain amount of masculine energy every day. And my clients are always real badasses. So they generally have a good amount of masculine energy. And that is that energy that gets things done. It is the doing, it is the going, it is the check the things off the list. But as a woman, we can end up burned out when we're too far into our masculine and never receiving and never being replenished. Now, when it comes to next level money, we typically need next level receiving. The give and the receive have to be equal. If you overgive and you are never in your feminine to be in the receptive mode, you're going to burn out. You're going to be tired. You're going to feel in your head. You're going to feel disconnected from your body. You're probably going to feel disconnected in your marriage. You're going to feel there's not as much passion, there's not as much polarity, as much sexual attraction. And so these are ways that this kind of shows up in other areas of your life. So that's one of the major energies that I work with my clients in Limitless Wealth is balancing those masculine and feminine energies. Because when you do the work and you do the things and you give your gifts to the world, cool, you have to open up to be able to receive. Now, for a lot of my clients, the ability to be open to receive is vulnerable, and it's, to be honest, there's a discomfort in that because it's a little something that we haven't really been trained to do, especially the clients that have been really far in their masculine energy, doing, going, achieving, striving, proving, like there's learning to do, to learn how to be a little softer, to be a little bit more vulnerable, and to be open. The reason why that's important is because you have to be open to receive next level abundance. So like that's one of the energies we manage. We learn to manage our like it's not like manage to control our emotional state. It's learning to harness the power of our emotions to create something beautiful with them on purpose. Like if you think about your emotions, your emotional range, your energy, the colors of your energy, like the colors in a crayon box, you need all those colors to really make something fantastic. You don't want just like the pink, joy, gratitude, like all those things are great, but also you're going to need some of the darker colors, right? You're going to need some, like it's just the way that it goes. Like nobody gets a life full of all the positive emotions without the negative balance. Like it's just not how it goes. And so a lot of times clients come in and they're very repressed from being able to tap into the powers of those darker emotions, those lower vibe emotions. And there's a lot of stuck energy around the negativity. And So the work that I do with clients in Limitless Wealth is some of it's in the ethereal, some of it's on this energetic plane, because you need access. You need access to these heavier emotions to be able to be able to emerge at that next level, right? Like you being fully expressed, being able to fully feel, and use the power of certain emotions is really important to get to that next level, because otherwise we get stuck. You can only get so far with just physical action. So in Limitless Wealth, these are some of the things that we work on. So it's there's the leverage, and then there's that energetic mastery. And so energetic mastery is I love doing it because that when you work on when you work on the energy, stuff moves differently. Like a lot of times the physical stuff is like look, people ask me all the time, they're like, how do I get out of debt? I'm like, well, you stop spending so much money and you make payments on it. Like the practical is less important than becoming the person who has money, than changing the habits, than having some forgiveness for the part of you that got into the debt, or having some for letting go of whatever circumstances that created it. Like there's so much work to do in the energetics to make those practical actions work effectively, right? Like it cracks me up because people are always like, tell me how the best way to budget. And I'm like, it's just the wrong question. It's just the wrong question, friend. It's like the best way to budget is really to get to kind of start with the energetics, and then make that practical plan work. um so anyways, so when it comes to like achieving getting to that next level for those high achievers, energy management, it's part of leadership, right? So like being able to fully embody that masculine energy and be fully projective and fully hold somebody in your attention is a tremendous skill. And also being able to be seen and let somebody hold you and be in your energy is also wonderful. Where it gets jammed up and where women become bitches, or where like a lot of the negative work, like the negative connotations of like women in the workplace comes in, is when that energy isn't fully in or fully out. That's where we become domineering, bossy, cold, rigid. It's really about energy management. So we want to get to that next level. It's not it's having clear boundaries. There's a ton of it, but it's being able to manage your energy so that way you're fully in yourself or you're fully out, because that incongruent half in half out energy is just super difficult for somebody else to work with. And so that's, I don't know, that's one of the major things that we work with. So if I guess if you're if you're a high achiever, if you're somebody who's already doing really well and is not motivated by need, but you want to go to that next level because you want to make a bigger difference, or you want the challenge or whatever else. Leverage and energy management are two of the things that you really, really need. So I'm actually I'm in the process of upgrading. We just actually redid the offer for Limitless Wealth yesterday, so it's a brand new offer, and we will see the graphics and the sales pages come out over the next couple of weeks as my team works on it. But if you're a high achiever and you're making six figures and you want to be making multiple six and seven figures, and you want to talk to me about um, learning to leverage, learning to upgrade your mindset to be that next level mindset, learning to upgrade your identity to that next level identity, looking to upgrade your capacity to hold and manage energy at that next level, I would love to talk to you. We're taking clients right now for Limitless Wealth. And that's it. All right. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Bye.